YouTube channel. It's Layla here, and as usual, it's all about Gulf. So today we are going to talk about how to live with a roomie who is a foreigner. What I mean by that is a roomie who is from another country, whether Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Philippines, Kenya, Uganda, and any other country you know. So first of all, one thing you should know when living with a roomie who is a foreigner, you should understand that different countries have different way of life and different way of doing things, from cleaning to dressing to speaking to everything that you can imagine. For example, in the Middle East, the Gulf at large, they are all affected or influenced by the Islamic religion. So everything they do is influenced by the Islamic religion, from their dressing code. You can see ladies like to cover up. They like wearing abaya, or for the Kenyans it is called buibui. They like covering up their eyes. They wear the niqab or ninja to Kenyans. Yes, so you should understand that different people from different countries have a different way of life. Okay, if it is an Ethiopian, you can understand. For Ethiopians, guys, let's talk about Ethiopians for a minute. It's not like I want to speak bad about them, but the small encounter, or the little encounter I've had with Ethiopians, oh my goodness, only few. So far I've found few Ethiopians who are very clean, very, very clean, but majority of them, oh, we have an issue with cleanliness. I've had a roommate before that, from bathing to brushing her teeth to everything I must tell her. And you know, sometimes it can be offending. Ethiopians just, I don't know if it is their way of life, but they just do some things that can really disgust you. For example, spitting in the sink, in the kitchen sink. Like, who does that? She just comes and just does that on the sink, and she sees nothing wrong with that. But as for me, as a Kenyan, we were not brought up like that. I mean, you should consider your hygiene. You can't just spit anywhere. So you should also understand that as much as it is a bad behavior where in your country or in your culture is not acceptable, but to them it's a normal thing. In fact, they do not feel guilty when they do that. So you must understand them that that is maybe their way of life. I really don't know, but because I've met so many of them doing that, that's why I'm assuming maybe it's their way of life. Another country is Filipino. Oh my God. The most friendliest people are Filipino. They are very good, friendly. They like socializing like that. They are very good. They like sharing. But one thing about Filipino you must know, my goodness, they like kujipendekeza. Kenyans, how do you say kujipendekeza in English? They are pretentious. Every time they like to be seen, they are the ones doing good, like that. Like that. But they are really good people. You can actually live with them if you can cope with that character of liking to pretend. Okay? And also another country is Bangladesh. Okay, Bangladesh, they're also the most friendliest people. I've had a roommate before who is a Bangladesh, though I'm not saying all Bangladesh or all Ethiopians or all Filipinos are the way I have said, because after all is said and done, we still have to narrow down to personalities. Other people have different personalities. As much as most of the Ethiopians I've met are dirty, there are few who are very, very clean. So one thing you should understand when living with a roommate who is a foreigner, you should understand that they have just different way of life. The way they cook, from food they cook. One thing I found so difficult here in Gulf is that when I get roommates from other countries, they it's not like our food is bad, but they do not like the smell of our food. Like African foods, they really do not like. I found a friend or a roommate who is a Arabian, yes, ni Mwarabu, but she really does not like the smell of our food. I don't know why, but I can understand, because sometimes I also don't like the smell of their food. I mean, I just find it disgusting, which I also understand, because we are from different places. We don't eat the same foods, and we do not cook the same foods. So one thing you should know, you should understand your roomie. Know their different cultures, different way of life, and now as we meet together, we are trying to adjust and make a suitable environment for all of us, okay, so that we can adapt. So here and there we make what do we say, we compromise on some things, but kwa uchafu hapana, we don't compromise on that. That one we just have to be clean, because some things we can't just do that. But most of it, all you should understand, if you understand the person, that they have different way of life, different way of doing things other than your ways of doing things, you'll be able to correct them with love, care, and understanding. Okay, you won't find offense in everything they do. That way you won't be like, why is this person always doing like this? Mbona huwa anafanya hivi? Inaudhi, inabo, kwani ajui? They just don't know. Another thing I've remembered, I had a friend, a roommate, who is a Ugandan. She's very good, very kind, very helping. She will help in maybe the common areas that we clean, we use together. She can help with cleaning, she does all that stuff. But oh my God, when it comes to eating, you wonder what's wrong with her. She eats, she makes that sound when she eats every time, and then when she finishes, she does that, she burps. For me, I find it really disgusting. Like, who does that while eating? You burping. And I assumed in my head, because she's from an African country, Uganda, she should know. She should just know that you're not supposed to do or make sounds from when eating, because African countries, most of them, we have same culture, same way of life. So I assumed, but I didn't know people are also raised up in different ways. So you can't just assume, okay? So you just have to understand. I have so many stories, so I'll just leave it at that. Let's get to the next point. Number 2, always communicate with your roomie. Communicate. If you do not like something, communicate. Don't just keep quiet. Don't assume they know, like the way I assumed that my roomie knows chewing loudly, making sounds while chewing is not good. I assumed. But if you communicate, like, I don't like, in just a loving way, or if you can cope with that, you can as well just ignore, just live like that. Yeah, be patient with the situation. As she chews, just understand, okay? But you should always communicate to things. Like, you find maybe an Ethiopian, though I'm not attacking any country, I'm just saying my experience, my honest experience. So maybe if you have an Ethiopian roommate, you should communicate to her that sometimes, okay, not sometimes, I do not like this behavior. Kindly don't spit in the sink. To me, I don't find it hygienic. Just communicate. Well, oh my God. Just communicate. Communicate to her. Tell her you do not, your likes and dislikes. Don't just assume, or don't just get angry or start mistreating your roommate or being passive aggressive. You just wake up one morning, you don't talk to her. How will she know? Because she's from a different country, different way of life, different culture. They don't find anything wrong with what she's doing. Like, people from my country in the coastal region, they use everything. Like, the same basin used to maybe wash vegetables, because maybe we don't have sinks to let's say the average people in my country don't have sinks, so we use basins to wash our vegetables. So from the coastal region, they wash the vegetables in the same basin they bathe with. So you see, such kind of things, they can be really disgusting, but we understand and we also communicate our likes and dislikes to our roommate to ensure that it doesn't lead to quarrels or misunderstandings. Always communicate. Don't just wake up and just be angry. Your roommate is not an angel to know what is in your mind. Like, you can't just wake up and you are very, very angry. You expect your roommate to know, oh, no, I did this and this, I'm sorry. You expect her to apologize on something that she doesn't know. Even if it is me, I cannot apologize. You get angry, finish, and then we'll talk. So always communicate. Always communicate. Another thing is that you should always be patient. Be patient. As I've said from the beginning, that our cultures and our way of life are very different. How we do things are very different. So you should always be patient. Be patient with your foreign roommate, because we are all adjusting, even in how we communicate, because we are all coming from different countries, speaking different languages. So we are trying to find a point at where we can meet. So maybe we learn the same language. Maybe if you are in Gulf, we come together and learn Arabic so we can communicate. So be patient. People from African countries have come to realize that English has been compulsory to us to learn since the primary school to high school to university. But for other countries, it is not a must to know English. Like here in Gulf, not everybody knows English. You can go to a hospital and find a doctor doesn't know English. It is not compulsory. It is not a must. For them, they just learn and do everything, like they learn, communicate in Arabic alone. So you should be patient with your fellow roomie, You should be patient with them. Don't be judgmental, like, how can you not know English? You should know English. No. Just understand. Be patient with your roommate. Another thing, and this is the last thing as I end this video, that you should respect your roomie's personal items or personal things. Don't be a person who always wants everything that your roomie has. You want to share clothes, you want to share personal items, even it's disgusting sometimes. Please just respect your roommate's personal items, her items or his items. Don't just take them without asking for permission. If you must take them, ask for permission. Respect each other, in short. Respect each other's privacy. You can't just go about picking your roommate's things and using them without their permission. So be mindful enough to communicate if you want anything from your roommate, okay? So with all that said, please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos for more content like this. Yeah, and share it to your friend, please. So bye bye. Thank you for watching.